Hello friends, my name is Vaibhav and I welcome you to my YouTube channel Fragmenting Wisdom. In my last video, I explained you about risk-based thinking, which is the most important requirement of ISO 9001 Quality Management System, ISO 14001 Environment Management System and ISO 45001 Occupational Health and Safety Management System. In this video, we are going to discuss on IATF clause number 10.2.3, which talks about various types and scales of problem, and it also talks about root cause analysis and methodologies for problem solving. There are many other requirements, but specifically clause number 10.2.3a and 10.2.3c, these two requirements are most misinterpreted, misunderstood or neglected requirement as per my experience. So with this video, I'm going to explain you about these topics and what are the misinterpretations or what are the misunderstandings about this topic. So let us go on board and try to understand this topic. So friends, let us understand clause number 10.2.3 requirement, which is problem solving. This requirement is not in ISO 9001, whereas this requirement is specific to IATF 16949. And in problem solving, I am not going to cover the entire clause. I am going to cover two most important areas of problem solving. The one which is 10.2.3a. We are going to discuss on 10.2.3a, and 10.2.3a asks for various approaches to be defined for problem types and scale. I will focus here on approaches, types and scale. We will try to understand what is approach, what is types and what is scale. But to understand the approach, we need to understand what is type or types of problem, and we need to also understand what is meaning of scale. So let us now first learn about types of problems. When we talk about problems, normally our thought is limited to two types of problems, which are design defects and the most important part is manufacturing defects. We always consider these two are types of problems. But types of problems are not limited to number one and number two, that is design defects and manufacturing defects. There is one more important problem which is common in industry, and that is goes as number three. We call it as warranty issues. We can call it as claims also, warranty claims. Warranty claims or warranty issues are also considered as a problem, okay, for which the detailed analysis is required. There are issues which always come on dispatches, such as wrong quantity shipped or wrong item shipped. We should also consider wrong quantity shipped or wrong item shipped in the list of problem. We should also consider issues like customer line stoppages. This is also a problem, customer line stoppage, and normally we never take it we take it seriously, but we never do detailed analysis for that, which is expected as per problem solving process. Many times it happened that we miss key documents, such as PDIR. One example I will take here, which is PDIR, pre-dispatch inspection report. We miss this, and this missing document or key documents missing also need analysis. Sometimes we send wrong invoice. This wrong invoice is also a problem, and we also need why wrong invoice sent. We need detailed analysis for this, and that is also considered under the list of problem. Many times it happened that, which I would like to take as the last example, which is part getting defective in transit. So if the part is getting defective in transit, we also need to do detailed analysis for that. Now these are some examples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should not only depend on these 7 examples which I am teaching in class or on a session. We should always try to find out different types of problems. This is only the list of problems as an example. You should always brainstorm with your team and try to find out what are different types of problems in my industry, because everything cannot be applicable for everyone, as some parts may not fall under warranty claims or warranty issues. So you need not to consider that, but in some organizations that is considered, so we should consider that in the list of problems. This has to be defined in the process of problem solving. These are all problems related to customer. There are many problems which are there, which are not impacting customer directly, but which are integral part of our system, which always happen. Like, wrong purchase order developed or wrong purchase order created. Maybe sometimes we send wrong requirement to our supplier. From supplier management point of view, this is very important. Maybe tools are not getting resharpened on time. Maybe the inventory or stock which is there, which is wrongly entered in the system. So these kind of issues are also considered as problem, and a detailed analysis is required for problem. So you can add these kind of internal problems to the list, and this also has to be defined in the process. That is one of the important requirements. After types of problem in clause number 10.2.3, the next important point which to be discussed is scale of the problem. So scale is nothing but a quantifiable unit. We have to quantify the problem, and for that we use scale. So scale and quantify, we can call two things while quantifying the problem, and which is nothing but severity, which is one of the important part, and we can call it as spread. So we need to define what is severity of the problem and what is spread or impact of the problem. And if we define this, we are nothing but quantifying the problem. Let us now understand the third important part of clause number 10.2.3a, which is defining various approaches for problem solving. We understood what is types of problem. We also understood what is scale of problem. Now, for each type, considering scale, we need to define problem solving approach or approaches. Like an example, if there is a warranty issue and there is another type of problem, we call it as manufacturing defect. Now, considering scale of the problem and types of problem, we need to understand that the approach for solving warranty issue is going to be different, and approach for solving manufacturing defect is going to be different. So in a process, we need to define that a specific type of problem at a specific scale, what is going to be approach, a specific type of defect at a specific scale, what is going to be approach, the specific type of problem considering the scale, what is going to be the problem solving approach. If we define this in a process, then we can say that we are addressing the requirement of clause number 10.2.3a. Considering the second important requirement of problem solving clause number 10.2.3c, which talks about define methodology or methodologies for problem solving. So there are various methodologies for problem solving, like we can call it as Kaizen, or we call it as Six Sigma, we can call it as 8D problem solving, or 5 principles of problem solving, or 7 diamonds of problem solving. So these are different methodologies which we use for various levels of problem solving. In our process, we need to define the applicable methodology in front of specific type of problem, and that is how we can say that we are addressing the requirement of clause number 10.2.3c. If you want to understand, if you want to learn, and if you want to get yourself coach for these problem solving methodologies, we have pool of trainers and consultants. If you contact us, the contact details are given in my description box. If you contact us, we will like to share more details with you. I hope you have now understood the requirement of clause number 10.2.3a and c. If you have any other query, you can contact me. My contact details are given in description box. In my next video, I am going to talk on process approach, one of the misinterpreted requirement in the industry. We will learn about the process approach concept with some typical examples. Thank you so much for watching Fragmenting Wisdom. If you liked our video, please click on the like button. Please subscribe our channel and don't forget to click on bell icon for getting notifications about our new video uploads. We would also like to get your comments in the comment box, so please provide your valuable comments or feedbacks. Thank you so much for watching our channel.